Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. We come to you from Rai Bareli. Well, the entire Congress top brass over the next couple of days is going to be in Rai Bareli, Amethi, where the 2 seats will go to polls on the 20th in the 5th phase of the Lok Sabha elections. But first, let's cut across to Cuttack, Odisha, where you had the Home Minister Amit Shah speak to us exclusively.
केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह यहां उड़ीसा के कटक में आप देखिए कि एक विशाल रोड शो कर रहे हैं और आप यहां का जन सैलाब देख करके ये अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि उड़ीसा में इस वक्त क्या स्थिति है। गृह मंत्री जी, जिस तरीके से हम यहां जन सैलाब देख रहे हैं, जनता यहां छतों पर भी दिखाई पड़ रही है, किस तरीके की स्थिति उड़ीसा में देख रहे हैं आप?
देखिए, उड़ीसा की जनता तय कर बैठी है इस बार दोनों जगह, दिल्ली में और ओडिशा में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनानी। 25 साल ओडिशा के डेवलपमेंट की स्टोरी में लॉस्ट ईयर के रूप में माने जाएंगे। पूरा देश आगे बढ़ चुका, यहाँ ना पीने के पानी की व्यवस्था हुई, ना रोड बना। सिर्फ मोदी जी की योजनाओं को अपना झोला लगाकर, नाम देकर पहुंचाने का काम हुआ है। उसमें भी आयुष्मान भारत और ऐसी महत्वपूर्ण योजनाएं नहीं पहुंची। जबरदस्त जन आक्रोश है और चुने हुए प्रतिनिधियों की जगह नौकरशाही यहां पर शासन कर रहे हैं, इसका भी बड़ा गुस्सा है।
आप पूरे उड़ीसा में लगातार घूम रहे हैं गृह मंत्री जी, और यहाँ जिस तरीके से पब्लिक है, हमने भी कई लोगों से बात किया तो उनकी तरफ से ये कहा गया कि यहाँ पर पलायन बहुत ज्यादा होता है, लोग दूसरे राज्यों में जाकर के काम करते हैं, तो उनके लिए किस तरीके की व्यवस्था हो?
देखिए, यहाँ पर औद्योगिकरण की प्रक्रिया को बिल्कुल सुस्त बना दिया गया। मैं अभी अस्का जाकर आया, एक विशाल जनसभा थी। सबका मानना था कि अस्का से इतने युवा क्यों जा रहे हैं, वो रोकना चाहिए, मगर सरकार कोई काम नहीं कर रही।
सीए को लेकर के विपक्षी पार्टियां सवाल उठा रही, लेकिन गृह मंत्री जी, आज से सर्टिफिकेट भी बंटना शुरू हो गया, एक बहुत बड़ी बात है।
आज शुरुआती 14 लोगों को सर्टिफिकेट देने का काम गृह मंत्रालय ने किया है। मैं वो 14 के 14 शरणार्थियों को अभिनंदन देना चाहता हूं। सीए मोदी जी का वादा है, इस देश में जो शरणार्थी जहीं पर भी होंगे, इस सबको हम नागरिकता देंगे।
उड़ीसा से सटा हुआ राज्य पश्चिम बंगाल है गृह मंत्री जी, और यहाँ पर आप लगातार काम कर रहे हैं। ममता बनर्जी जी बोलती हैं कि 200 पार भी नहीं कर पाएगी बीजेपी।
इस बार ममता जी को बड़ी तकलीफ होने वाली है। बंगाल में हम 30 से ज्यादा सीटें जीत कर आ रहे हैं।
केजरीवाल जिस तरीके से लगातार दिल्ली में प्रचार कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जिस तरीके से उनका माहौल बना हुआ है, उनके घर में लड़ाई झगड़ा हो रहा है, स्वाति मालीवाल को लेकर के बड़ा हंगामा बरपा हुआ है।
देखिए, मैं इसमें वो उनका निजी मामला है, मैं टिप्पणी करना नहीं चाहता, परंतु केजरीवाल जी जहां जहां प्रचार करने जाएंगे, सबको शराब घोटाला याद आएगा।
राहुल गांधी और अखिलेश यादव लगातार कह रहे हैं कि 4 जून के बाद ये सरकार नहीं रहेगी, इस तरीके की वो अलग अलग जगहों पर बयान दे रहे हैं।
हर बार ऐसा कहते हैं। मैं निश्चित रूप से मानता हूं 4 जून के दिन भारत की जनता मोदी जी को तीसरी बार 400 से ज्यादा सीटों के साथ प्रधानमंत्री।
शुक्रिया सर। तो केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने यहाँ पर लगातार रोड शो करते हुए ये कहा है कि 4 जून को जिस तरीके से फैसला आएगा, 4 जून को जब काउंटिंग होगी, तो उसके बाद 400 के पार जो है वो मोदी सरकार निकलेगी और उससे कहीं ज्यादा जाकर के ये सरकार बनाया जाएगा। कटक से कैमरामैन प्रदीप गुप्ता के साथ जितेंद्र सिंह।
All right, let's get to the top story of the day, the top political story, and it came in from Lucknow, where the Congress, after nearly 70% of the country has voted, has come up with something more to add to their manifesto. Today, you had the party president of the Congress, Mallikarjun Kharge, while addressing a press conference in Lucknow, went on record to state that when and if the Congress or the Gathbandhan comes to power, then they will double the ration that is being given now. So from 5 kilos per month, which is given right now as free ration, the Congress has decided that if they are voted to power, they will double it, give 10 kilograms of ration per month. Listen in to Mallikarjun Kharge.
महीने 80 करोड़ लोगों को मुफ्त खाना देना, 5 केजी देंगे। अरे भाई, फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट तो हमने लाया, कोई भी उस एक्ट के तहत कोर्ट जा सकता है अगर स्टॉप करे। तुमने तो कुछ भी नहीं किया, लेकिन मैं इतने 80 करोड़ लोगों को खाना, आप 5 किलो दे रहे ना, हम गठबंधन की सरकार अगर आएगी हम 10 केजी देंगे।
All right, let's listen in now to the Prime Minister on what he said of free ration.
साथियों, ये मोदी है जिसने गारंटी दी कि कोई गरीब भूखा नहीं सोएगा। गरीब के घर का चूल्हा जलता रहेगा। ये मोदी है जिसने गारंटी दी और आज 80 करोड़ देशवासियों को मुफ्त में राशन पहुंच रहा है।
So what's led the Congress for a mid-course correction, especially when it comes down to free ration? Let's take it to our panelists this evening. Joining me from the Congress spokesperson, Adil Singh Boparai, Tuhin Sinha from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ashutosh, political analyst, and Rajat Sethi, political analyst. Adil Singh Boparai, 70% of India has voted. Is it something that you're picking up from ground, that possibly the need to announce free ration? Why now? Why couldn't you do it earlier if that was the intention?
Well, Preeti, firstly, you have to understand that today the Indian voter is facing a double whammy. And that double whammy is of unemployment and price rise. And the India Alliance is committed. It is committed to provide succor. It is committed to provide relief to the ordinary man. We're a government which is pro-people, which is pro-poor. We want to lift people out of poverty. We want to give them means of employment so that they can sustain themselves. So keeping that in mind and looking at the unprecedented rural economic distress, the India Alliance has made this very, very significant announcement of providing ration up to 10 kgs to the poor. And I think this is keeping in mind the economic canvas of the country. Today, the fact of the matter is that we need to provide relief. We need to provide relief. But Adil,
is it something that you're just about waking up to in the middle of an election? Why couldn't it be a part of your manifesto? Has the Congress just woken up to the fact that there is grave amounts of poverty and possibly free ration would help the people?
Well, it's not that. It's not that, Preeti. The point is, we're in a state of elections. We are interacting with the people, and this is a common refrain that this government has miserably failed on the economic parameters, and therefore it is our responsibility. It is incumbent on the Congress and the India Alliance, which is the principal challenger to Mr. Modi, to come up with something which provides them with relief. I wouldn't say that, whether it was announced earlier or not. The fact of the matter is we're a party which stands by its promises. Let's not lose sight of the fact that it was the Congress-led UPA which brought in Manrega. It was the Congress-led UPA which brought in the Food Security Act. It was the Congress-led UPA which brought in the Land Acquisition Act of 2013. These are all significant measures. These are significant measures to help almost 2/3 of this country, and therefore keeping in sync with our commitment.
Tuhin Sinha, I want to bring you in to this conversation. The fact is, when you're going on ground, one does feel free ration resonate in a big way. Anything, whether it be free ration, direct cash transfers, or something which are resonating with the voter today. Does that somewhere down the line bother the Bharatiya Janata Party? Because now the Congress has doubled the take. You are giving 5 kilos of free ration. The Congress says we'll give 10.
Good evening, Preeti. Good evening, everybody. Well, much like Rahul Gandhi, the Congress party today enjoys zero credibility. So after 4 phases of election, if, they start making impromptu promises, which are not only, not there in the manifesto, but, very unrealistic, it shows that they have no chance of coming to power and they are only misleading the people. Now, the track record and performance speak for our credibility. On 6th September 2010, the then Prime Minister of UPA Manmohan Singh had categorically said that they are not in a position to implement the Supreme Court order to provide free ration. In the last 4 years under Prime Minister Modi, we have shown how 81 crore people can be provided free ration. They are late to catch up. Bad luck, bad luck to them. Now, when it comes to Karnataka, we have seen how their, irresponsible freebies have led the state to a situation where the Deputy CM of Karnataka says that there is no money for development. And finally, just 3 days back in Rai Bareilly or Amethi, we heard Priyanka Gandhi say that, ये 5 kg ration से आपका भविष्य नहीं बनता है. So did Kharge even consult Priyanka Gandhi? Because it seems, the promise was entirely impromptu, and which only shows the Congress is very irresponsible party today.
Okay.
Can I respond, Preeti?
All right, okay. Ashutosh, away from all the politics, I'll come back to you, sir. Allow me to bring in our other two guests, Rajat and Ashutosh. Ashutosh, as a reporter who's on ground, I have to say, if in Uttar Pradesh or in any impoverished, part of the country that you're in, the top agenda which is resonating on ground for the voter is ration.
See, Preeti, to put it bluntly, this is competitive politics, and in competitive politics, whether you can provide it or you can't provide it, that's irrelevant. What is important is that you have to win elections, you have to get votes. The fact of the matter is that the 80 crore population is being fed by the government. That shows that the 80 crore people, they can't afford the 2-time meals. That itself shows that what kind of economy we are in. There is no other reason. But the fact is that if the BJP is trying to provide 5 kg, then the Congress will provide 10 kg. If the 5 kg can get votes, the 10 kg will get double votes. The mathematics is very simple, but politics is not that simple, and the voting behavior of the voter is not that simple. I think that this 5 kg is basically, or the 10 kg is basically insulting voters and trying to tell them that you voters have no self-respect. You should beg, borrow, and here is the government, which is like a big feudal lords, will provide you the ration. And we are telling you that you don't work. You don't need employment.
Okay.
You don't need anything else. Just sit idle, government will provide you. So we'll make you poorer and poorer. That is how the politics in this country is going. It's sad,
okay,
and it's destroying Indian economy.
No, the fact is, Rajat Sethi, to pull you in on this, because what we are increasingly moving towards now is free ration. States are, in terms of political parties are doing well. If there's a direct cash transfer, we saw it happen, in Madhya Pradesh with the Ladli Behna Yojana. We saw it happen during the 21 Bengal elections with Lakshmir Bhandar. And Mamata Banerjee, this election has only raised the stake. Where are we heading towards?
Preeti ji, there are two dimensions of this entire debate. One is the economic sense behind this and how you're treating your voters into a client voters. That is one aspect. The other is timing. Now, my problem, first of all, is timing, and let me address that here. When there is a lazy student going into an examination hall and the time is almost about to get over for the examination, you just barely have last 1 minute and you still have 30 questions left. So you randomly fill the bubbles in the multiple choice question. कुछ नहीं तो एक दो तो सही हो ही जाएगा गलती से. That is the approach of Congress party. Now the time is almost up for this election. You just come out with the randomly throwing promises. If nothing, it will at least get them 1 or 2 votes here and there. Perhaps this is the only approach that Congress party is taking, with mid of the course announcing promises. The bigger problem is, how do you try to wrap your head around the kind of promises Congress is throwing at people? How economic prudent is it? Where are you going to get the funds for it? You need additional 2-3 lakh crores. Are our granaries having adequate amount of food grains to be able to distribute? Where is the mathematics? You can't casually sit in a press conference and start dropping one promise after the other without any accountability. My point is that where is the mathematics
if you look at it,
go in before you promise anything?
Okay,
and I think they want to do it in a hurry.
Where's the economics of it, but none the richer when it comes to political parties? Okay, I want to bring it back to political analysts. Adil Singh Boparoy, if I'm not wrong, and correct me if I am, because I clearly remember that the party president Mallikarjun Kharge at one time had criticized the free ration scheme. And now, not just implementing it, but doubling it.
Preeti, you have to understand that there is a bouquet of promises which have been made by the Congress party and its manifesto. The BJP's manifesto is not worth the paper on which it is printed, but let's leave that aside. When you look at the right to apprenticeship for the youth, when you look at filling 30 lakh government vacancies at the central government, when you look at unprecedented rural distress, we cannot keep our eyes shut. Mr. Modi has miserably failed on the economic paradigm. We as citizens, we as representatives of the people cannot keep our eyes shut to this penury which Mr. Modi and his policies has pushed the people of this country. Okay. So therefore, keeping all these factors in mind,
and Adil, you realize that midway into an election.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
I said that the realization dawned in midway during an election.
It's not that. It is a commitment. It is a sacred commitment made by the India Alliance to the voters of this country. And come the 4th of June, one of our initial and one of our primary promises, which is going to see the light of the day, is 10 kgs of ration, along with multiple other promises which have been made. And lastly, to the BJP today is obsessed.
Multiple other promises, multiple other handouts as well. But that's a part of a different debate on what you're promising.
I want to respond to what Ashutosh Ji is also saying. I have great respect for him. But the fact of the matter is, please understand today that it is not just handouts. Please don't see it as handouts. When Mr. Modi writes off 16 lakh crore rupees of loans for the corporates,
it never wrote off.
That's not handout. So therefore, it is a bouquet. It is a bouquet. When you look at when you look at providing.
All right. Okay. I want to bring in Tuhin Sinha into this conversation, and Tuhin, I'll ask you that question which I asked you earlier again. On ground, once again, I will say it because it is resonating. Right now, I'm in Rai Bareli, and I've just come out of a rally of Congress leaders here. And it is resonating on ground. When you're promising people 10 kilos of ration, believe me, there will be some traction.
No, but the track record of the Congress party is so poor that the people don't take them seriously. And they're very late in the game. Fiscal profligacy and fiscal anarchy has become synonymous with the Congress party. In all state governments where they made lofty promises, they have failed to deliver. But point is, till the last phase of the election, will they keep making impromptu promises? Then probably that explains that the manifesto was very ill-conceived. Okay. They never, they sat on the manifesto. And finally, where will this stop at? By the last phase of election, I'm sure they must be promising luxury homes and, Mercedes and BMW. I think they should, get real. They should wait for 4th June 2034 or 4th June 2044. That is the earliest when they will be getting a chance.
Many would look at it, okay, this is what the voters want. Ultimately, it's an election to win. Up the stakes, but we're going to leave it at that. Apology, should have come back to Ashutosh and Rajat Sethi for a quick comment. Hardly have the time, but we'll carry it forth, because it's going to be an issue which will be discussed. Because it might not be in TV studios where the debates lie in terms of polarization or possibly what's happening, on other accounts, but on ground, when it comes down to free ration, believe us, huge traction for the voter. A quick break. Stay with us.